emergency.
Those that don't have approval, like
I am in charge of approval. They don't have. I think that authoritative. That is wrong. That means you don't know the law. That means you don't know the law.
Honorable Commissioner,
that means you don't know the law. There are federal lands, there are state lands, there are world western region lands. What
So I'm Erelu, so I understand you. Let me tell you, incidentally I'm a lawyer. And I'm not a lawyer that did not go to court. I have practiced law. As I speak to you, I still have a law. So, and I know what is obtainable. And I know the judgments are referred to. And if you reflect on the judgment, you will know what the judgment says. There's jurisdiction everywhere. Now, for those that have even approached me from Lagos State, I have told them that I'm not adverse to working with Lagos State where it is absolutely necessary. I told them that I have received all of them, including local government. I have received even the state, those that came, Lagos State Revenue and so on. We are in discussions with them. But all I'm saying, there is a sitting authority overseeing this complex. If there's any concern for Lagos State, shouldn't it have been ideal
for me, the only authority that I know is the and I am in charge of all the school government in Lagos.
All right. Okay. No. Honorable Commissioner, I will give you documents to prove that, because it's a federal government complex, that all building approvals are approved by the Federal Ministry of Housing and Authority.
Totally wrong. Totally wrong.
Are you telling me that I don't know my job?
These are members of Lagos State House of
And that's what I still think that we can go and talk, because this is a public.
Hold on, man. So you don't like it.
You are Lagos State lawmaker.
Hold on, madam. This is Lagos State. The property is sitting down in Lagos State.
Yes.
Hold on, madam. Hold on, madam. No. Hold on, madam. There is no way anything under federal government. When it comes to any state, you must seek an approval of that state. Are you telling me that? That Lagos State will not do a layout of all the property?
Yes.
That's it.
Not of Lagos State property, but of any property within the federal government.
No, madam, you don't.
And I will back it up for you by law.
If we are meant
I will
to see
back it
ourselves,
with law.
let's go.
Let's do our show.
You are taking it far. I don't think so.
Our friend, our friend, she should draw him in. She draw him in.
We don't need all this. You are trying to prove
I want them to
something
do up the whole compound. Our friend, they are on it, Abi.
Are you telling me that all your survey that bears that makes you work here? Are you telling me that? Are you following the survey? Are you following
all those people up on that thing, everybody should come down. Everybody should come down. Everybody there should come down. Everybody. They should stop work. Buy a color market, stop work. Everything. Stop.
If you are building from the left and right, you must follow it.
Let's assume now, for the assumption that you notice things that are wrong. Is it for Lagos to come in straight and start demolition without recourse to the management, the federal government?
How long
Is that management that's supposed to have done the right thing? Why should I be going to any management?
We don't need it.
Why should I be going to any management? I don't need any management. Should I be going to any management? Doing wrong thing?
And I said that.
So we should, Lagos State should seek an approval before coming to.
Oh yes.
No, they don't need
the
it.
federal government property. Yes. That is the law. You see, you should know as lawmaker. Say more, there is jurisdiction.
We are advised the Minister for Housing. They don't have the quality of council. What the law?
Anything that bad marriage, that bad life for you. Then you can.
I'm not doing that. Who are baby? You just share it to me.
Saturday. This Saturday.
No, I'm tired. I'm looking for the water.
And people that because that was why he was saying that
woman wanted to support a woman who can imagine.
A bimbal.
no, I was listening to I was
We are here on the directive of our governor to come and ensure compliance with our laid down laws
at the Trivia Complex. So with me here is Dr. Olajide, the SSA to the Governor on EGIS and Urban Development, and Engineer Akodu, who is the SA to the Governor on Environment and Water Resources. So we are here to enforce all the laws that has to do with physical planning and urban development, as well as environmental issues. So let's listen first to the essay on environment.
Okay. My name is Engineer Akodu, Special Advisor to Mr. Governor on Environment. Yes, we're here on the directive of Mr. Governor just to ensure that things are done the way it should be done, that laws are complied with, the regulations of the state are not, messed up with, and that's why we're here. From the information reaching us, we see that a lot of things have gone wrong. We were here some times back, and we're back here to see that fiscal planning laws and regulations are complied with, environmental regulations are complied with, and the environmental law 2017, that we see that we bring it to full force. We've been around and we've seen some infraction. We're here a few weeks ago, and we warned them, we gave them things to do and not to do, and things to comply with. I haven't gone around today again. I see that a lot of things are yet to be fixed. I've seen the waste, I've seen the drainages, I've seen the wastewater, and we are talking that we have no choice but for them to comply. This is Lagos State. It's foremost, we cannot allow slum or urban slum, to take preeminence in the city. So it's one state government, is one space for everybody, and we have to ensure that we comply. Brazenness is not, there's no room for brazenness. You just have to be law-abiding and one state government as a whole. So thank you, that's why we're here. We'll continue the discussion.
In addition to what the Special Advisor to the Governor on Environment and Water Resources has said, we want to make it clear that we have regulations, that have to be adhered to strictly. So the Physical Planning Permit Authority will do its work, ensuring that all buildings within the trade fair compound, because it's no longer a complex, because a trade fair complex, is a place where we have seasonal or periodic expo, So, but this has become a market. And if it has become a market, then the state and the local government will have to be fully involved, in what is happening here. Every single building that is being built must be staged. It must have a letter of authorization. Our officers must, from the foundation to the roof, stage the construction. And after the construction, we'll issue what you call a certificate of completion and fitness for habitation. Every 5 years, we'll also do a certification to ensure that the building is still fit, for habitation. And then, Mr. President has just asked that the insurance law be gazetted. I mean, you see fire in different places around Nigeria. I mean, Lagos is not left out, and that is the reason why every single building, within this compound must have an approval. We have spoken with the executive director. I would leave the Honorable Commissioner to talk about that. But, as the Special Advisor on EGIS and Urban Development, we'll be carrying out a full mapping of the entire area. And we will expect, as the Commissioner will say, that, due processes. He will tell us what the processes are. But as it stands today, under the laws, we have stopped every construction that is going on in this market. We have had a meeting while the Commissioner was having a meeting with the Executive Director. We were also having a meeting with the stakeholders in the market, and we have told them to stop every construction going further. No further construction will go on in the trade fair compound. Do you understand? And also the trade fair complex, because there's a trade fair complex and then there's also the compound. You understand? No development will go on again. Any development, that goes on after today without regularization of their title documentations, without regularization of their building approvals, without letters of authorization and state certification will be brought down. We have agreed now with the stakeholders, and they've all agreed that they will do nothing further until when they come to a meeting in our offices next week. I think I would like to stop here, but before I stop, I want to make it clear that it's one country, we're under one constitution,
You understand? The laws of Lagos State, our extant regulations have to be obeyed. Nobody has the power, you understand, to be an actor in Lagos State. Even if you come from the federal government, you need to work with us. Don't work against us. If you work against us, we will definitely make sure that the full wrath of the law, you understand, is brought against whoever, is violating our regulations. And we expect that, even the trade fair complex, we have gone round. You understand, the complex, the offices, we have seen that even the building is not even fit for habitation. My officers are right now writing a report, which we're also going to share with the executive director. You understand, the premises itself is leaking. You understand, the roof is no longer there. Behind, there are a lot of buildings that are now become abandoned. There is an abandonment law under the Lagos State Building Control Agency. And I'm sure that Mr. Governor will talk to the appropriate authorities at the federal government so that we are working together. Mr. Governor has directed that we should stop any further action, and has asked that all the stakeholders and the management of the trade fair, should come to our offices and discuss with us going further. Thank you.
What has actually happened today, it's a response from the Lagos State government. That if you recall, some couple of weeks back, some estates were declared illegal. And what was the reason? Purely because they have not gotten layout approval. Now, this complex is about 332 hectares, so which is more than due for a layout permit. We have met with the DG, that's the executive director here, and we have not seen the layout. The conclusion of our meeting is that the layout should be forwarded to us so that we can review, and all the buildings that are on it must show evidence of individual planning permit. There's still some contention on that, so she's going to get back to our own authority and clarify that. But the take home for today is that all development under construction must stop immediately, and within 1 week from now, we expect the authority to come to our office with their layout plan and the approval of the individual buildings. If we don't have this, I'm sorry to say, we will bring down all the buildings in this place. We will bring them down, because even if they claim that it's federal land, so long as it's been given to a third party by way of lease or any other agreement, that development must procure Lagos State planning permit. It's a law. We are not disputing the land. The land is owned by the federal government, fine. But what we are saying is that for any development as confined by the Supreme Court judgment of 2003, any development within any state is under the authority of the planning authority within that state. And we here in Lagos State, we are here to enforce that. And you can see, you have a complex, a 5-story building right on the road curb with the door opening onto the road. What would you expect? That is a chaotic kind of design. And as a responsive government, we shouldn't tolerate that. We've just shown to the DG that even if you go into a committee of international countries, do you want to show the existing layout as a meaningful? It would be a total shame on this country and on Lagos State. And this is what we set out to correct. We cannot allow people just building recklessly. You are talking of a warehouse on the 5 floors. What kind of design load do they anticipate? Do they use in those designs? A building that is supposed to carry load should not be designed as a residential building. So these are things that we need to correct. Even their own complex, you can see the state of the place. The roads are bad, the drainages are blocked, refuse are dumped on the way, the soil waste disposed of indiscriminately. I mean, everything just out of order. As a responsive government, we cannot allow that. And it's also in their own interest, because if we have a decent place, the value, that's what they also fail to realize. By allowing us to carry out this, our normal duty and exercise, is going to enhance the value of this complex. As it is now, it's almost, it's a thing of a shame that as a Nigerian, we are not proud of. And we cannot allow that. We have held a meeting with the DG. She's here with me, and she has promised that she will get back to us on all that. She has agreed that all the developments under construction should stop immediately, and what we are requesting for, they will start providing all those. The layout plan must be seen and approved. There are rules in terms of making layout. Where are the roads? Where are the walkways? Where are the drains? The building that we are putting up, how do we dispose of those waste so that it doesn't impact negatively on the health of the occupant of this place? A trade fair complex, as we all know, it's an international space by the nation. It's a thing that the nation will be proud of to showcase, and it holds international events occasionally or periodically. But what we have seen here today is a full-fledged market, full-fledged daily, second, minute market. And the authority in terms of regulation of market is under the purview of the state and the local government. And failure to do that is what we have seen today, a chaotic situation. You cannot even walk on the road. I think it's something that we should be all agree to put an end and correct. Thank you very much.
This complex, incidentally, is a complex that is run by the federal government agency, supervised by the Federal Ministry of Trade, Industry and Investment. So it is, despite the fact that it is within Lagos State, but is a federal government hub. This is a place that we carry out, our mandate allows the complex to carry out commercial activities. And this complex welcomes visitors from other West African countries on a weekly basis for trading events. We organize trade fairs. To the glory of God, we assume and resume the yearly organization of Nigeria International Trade Fair, and we'll be hosting one next month. So it's unfortunate that this is happening at this time. So we had a meeting with the Lagos State team. We have divergent views, and we have given ourselves sometimes from 1 week to hear again, because every government has its own limitation, every government has its own limits. We have the federal has its own, the state has its own, the local government has its own. And as far as I'm concerned, the state cannot override the federal, and as far as they are concerned, the state can overreach the federal. So we will meet after now to sit down and harmonize all these different divergent views and come up with a holistic point of view. We on our own, the management of Lagos International Trade Fair as it stands, headed by me, have been doing everything to make sure that the building specified to comply with the specification. But what we do is that we use the Federal Ministry of Works and Housing to get all the necessary permits. We have engineers, we have engineers and town planners, and so that comes from the Federal Ministry of Works. They come from time to time to inspect the building. Before you even build, you need to get permits, building permits. So that's what we do. We make sure they all comply. And it must interest you to know that before now, as I speak to you, I'm expecting members of the Federal Police Task Force to come in. We have some few buildings which have not complied with those instructions and other regulations and other, who presently we communicated to the ministry, and the state police commissioner is aware of that, and because we invited them to come and help us take down those buildings. So what we are saying is that Lagos State, if paravention they need to come, they ought to come through us, and then we carry it out together. It's for one country. This is Nigeria. We are working for the good of the nation and working for the good of, I mean, it is something of joy that Lagos is the center of excellence, is the center of commerce, and trade fair is the hub of trade in Nigeria. So there's a need for us to do things the way they ought to be done. There's a need for us to sensitize the place and to do things according to law, rules and regulations. So we hope to meet again. I will discuss with the heads, and if there's going to be any rule, like under the Land Use Act, the federal government has its own limits. And like my brother, the Honorable Commissioner, quoted, there's a Supreme Court judgment of 2014 that explicitly said the land under the federal government complex remains within the federal complex. We monitor them, we supervise them. Where it's not okay, we bring down the building. We tell them, but then before doing that, we give them notice. We let them know their infractions. We are not going to stand in the way of progress. What we want is progress. This is the Renew Hope agenda. This is the Renew Hope era. And this place is being renewed. For instance, renewing the trade fair. And I use this opportunity to even invite all the media to come for the trade fair. It is an international trade fair. So we expect people to come. So we expect things to be done with decorum, things to be done with the way they ought to do. And I believe that we will come to an agreement with the state so that we stop having this kind of issues. In the issue of environment, if there's anything wrong with the environment, maybe we should check Lawman. Because I know when I came and there's a problem, we went into agreement with Lawman, and Lawman comes here. When they said they will be coming maybe once in a week, I said, no, this is a trading hub. We need you to come almost every day to clear the debris because of the number of people here. But we continue to do that. We continue to do what we make Lagos State proud and Nigeria prouder. Thank you very much. My name once more is Erelu Vera Sefia Ndanusa, the Executive Director, Chief Executive Officer of Lagos International Trade Fair Complex and management under the federal government, and an agency where the problem lies is that people don't see this place as an agency of the federal government, or maybe because of the name. But however, wherever we are, we will work. We will make sure that things work together. We are going to meet and iron out issues.
Report within 2 hours.
Let me say it.